Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn how to share meeting details from Google Calendar to WhatsApp automatically. So you obviously know Google Calendar is a scheduling and time management software and WhatsApp is a messaging platform. So what you want to do here is you have added a meeting called as chemistry class on your Google Calendar. Just imagine. And you have also added the location, time and even the details of the person who will be attending this meeting. So the idea is that once this meeting is scheduled on Google Calendar, the attendee will be receiving a notification message on WhatsApp automatically. But the issue here is there is no active connection between Google Calendar and WhatsApp. So in cases like these, we have to bring an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that will integrate Google Calendar and WhatsApp. The best part of using Pabbly Connect is a person without any technical background can perform this integration easily. Now before I show you the steps, how about we begin with a real-time example? Okay, so this is my Google Calendar and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to schedule an event. And once the event is scheduled, the person who will be the guest of this event or the person whose this event is scheduled for, the same person will be getting an SMS from me. So let us schedule an event. So the event has been scheduled from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and the name of the event is Chemistry Doubt Solving. Chemistry Doubt Solving class. Okay. And let me just add a location. So it will be, let's say, in Paris. Okay, let's go with Paris. And here I'm going to add the name of the person. So Henry Truman. Okay. This is his phone number. Now remember this, I'm following a certain format. I'm adding the name of the event here and this is the location name and of course this is the person who will be bringing whom this event is scheduled for and this is his phone number. Okay. Now the reason I'm using this particular format is because we have to work with a particular format in 𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏 is a software to send the WhatsApp message. So let me just click on save. Okay, if you don't understand, it's totally fine. The reason why we are following this format, I will explain you in detail later. So the event has been scheduled. So it is scheduled from 9 a.m. and it has been titled Chemistry Doubt Solving Classes. So now let me just show you the WhatsApp message that Henry Truman has received on his cell number. Okay, so this is the message that Henry Truman has received. Dear Henry Truman, at 28/9/2021, that is 28th September 2021 at 9 a.m. you will have a scheduled appointment and this is on chemistry doubt solving class and we will see you 15 minutes in advance at our meeting in Paris, so and so. So you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from our Google Calendar to WhatsApp messaging platform called as 𝗏𝗏? So here we are using Pabbly Connect that will integrate Google Calendar and 𝗏𝗏. Now before I show you the steps, how about a small perspective how this integration is going to work? Okay, so in the first step, you're basically going to integrate Google Calendar to Pabbly Connect. Now in the second step, you're going to send the data from Google Calendar into Pabbly Connect. So using the same data, you are going to compose a message and send it using WhatsApp messaging platform called as 𝗏𝗏. So the purpose of building this integration is anytime a new event is created in Google Calendar, automatically the attendee will be receiving the message on his WhatsApp number. Okay, so to begin the process, in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. Here you can build your own account in just 2 minutes. In my case, I have already built an account. So I will be directed to the app section of Pabbly. So this is the app section of Pabbly. Let me just scroll down and here you will find connect. Just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, create workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. So I'm planning to give it as Google Calendar. Google Calendar to WhatsApp. Of course, you can give any name according to your choice and let me just straight away click on create. So when you click on create, you will find two windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. Now I want to send the data from Google Calendar. So let me just add Google Calendar. Google Calendar it is. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as event created or new event. Okay, this one. Simply just click on connect. We are going with a new connection. Just click on connect with Google Calendar. Okay, my Google Calendar is present in this email account. So I'm selecting this one. Okay, so now Pabbly Connect wants access to this account. So before I press continue, let me just remind you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. So on the basis of that trust, let me just straight away press continue. Brilliant. The authorization is successful. So as you can see, we have a field called as calendar. And when we click here, you will find all the calendars that is present in this particular calendar. Okay, in this particular calendar account. For instance, these are all the calendars we have. Okay, all the calendars that is present here is being reflected here. Now, let's say I'm interested in working with this calendar, okay, events and SMS. So I can change it to event and SMS. Now, what if I want to create a new calendar? Okay, so let me just add a new calendar, create a new calendar. The name of the calendar is awesome new events. Okay, so this is the name of the calendar, awesome new events. Let me just straight away click on create calendar. So the calendar is getting created. Once the calendar is created, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Pabbly Connect and I'm going to refresh that field. So the calendar has been created. Let me just go back. Okay, let me just uncheck these calendars. We have to focus on only one particular calendar, that is awesome new events. So now what we're going to do here is we have to make sure we actually also make changes in Pabbly Connect. Okay, we have to change the calendar to awesome new calendar. So I'm just going to click on refresh. So I can expect to find this newly created calendar in the drop down because Pabbly Connect is integrated with Google Calendar. So I'm selecting this one and simply just click on save and send test request. Now when I click on save and send test request, it will fetch me the data of the recently created event. Now, since this calendar, that is awesome new event, is a newly created calendar without any new event, it is showing the response as null because no event has been created in this particular calendar. So that is why I'm going to create a new event in this particular calendar. Okay, so let me just schedule this calendar, schedule an event for October 20th. Okay, so the event will be from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. So it will be on English grammar. Okay, English grammar 101. And instead of adding the guest here, I'm planning to add the guest name here. So we will be bringing the student or the guest as 𝗪𝗵𝘆. So this is the name of the guy. Okay, and after giving a space, I'm putting a plus sign and also entering the phone number. So this is the cell number of 𝗪𝗵𝘆. So this is the WhatsApp number also of 𝗪𝗵𝘆. Now the reason we are following this format is because now we are going to work with 𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏 is the official software to send the WhatsApp message. Now 𝗏𝗏 demands a particular format to send the messages. So that is why we have to stay in touch with that particular template. Okay, so that is why we have to work with this particular form. So here I'm in the description, I'm going to enter the person's name who will be attending the event and his phone number. Now make sure that you stick to this particular format. Okay, if you're going to create a format, make sure that you enter the details of the event in that particular format only. Otherwise, there will be problem of sending the data. Okay, so let me just add a location. The location is Delhi. Delhi it is. Okay. So what's next? So all we have to do at this point is just click on save. So an event has been scheduled. So once I go to Pabbly Connect and when I click on save and send test request, it will fetch me the data of the recently created event. In our case, the recently created event is of English grammar. So let me just show you the magic after. Oh yes, as you can see, we have some details this time. Okay, the event is English grammar 101. The location is Delhi. Okay, and this is the creator email address. This is something I have shown you, and this is the calendar name, awesome new events. Okay, this is the start date. Okay, that is something you can recognize, and also there is something else. Is there something else? I think there should be the Okay, yeah, this is the location, that is Delhi. So we have got all the details. Now what? Now, as you can see, where is the person's name? I'm sorry, where is the description? Okay, yeah. So this is the description. The person who will be attending the event and his cell number. So what we're going to do here is next, I'm going to split both of them, okay? We want individual data fields. We have the name of the person and also the cell number. Now, if you don't split the data fields, we can't isolate and put this cell number into SMS or WhatsApp sending apps like Wati. So that is why I have to isolate the cell number, also the name also. So what I'm going to do here is just follow my steps, okay? I'm just going to click on this action window and I'm going to select text formatter. Text formatter it is. Now in the action event, how about we make it as split text? Split text. Okay, simply just click on connect. Now the reason why we have introduced this action window is we want to split the name and the phone number. Okay, so let me just introduce the text to split. So we click here, and let me just show you all the data that we have received from the trigger window. So this is the description, 𝘃𝙃𝘆 plus 91. So this is the same data that is present here. Okay, this is the same data description, 𝘃𝙃𝘆 plus and the phone number. So let me just click here. Okay, I'm just going to click here. Okay, excellent. Now what we are going to do here is we are going to isolate the name, that is 𝘃𝙃𝘆, and we are going to isolate the phone number from 91. Okay, now what we're going to do here is I'm just going to introduce a separator. Now the separator, if you can see, is the plus sign. Okay, so let me just click here. Okay, and let me just add the plus sign. If you're not understanding it, it's totally fine. In a minute you will understand. Now I'm going to change the segment index as all. Okay, just click on save and send test request. As you can see, the response is a positive one. We have the response as 𝘃𝙃𝘆. So this is the response, 𝘃𝙃𝘆. Okay, this is the name that we have isolated. We have also isolated the phone number. So we have isolated the name. We have also isolated the phone number. That was the plan. Okay, so what's next? Now there is a problem we have. Okay, now this is in a very clumsy format that we have received the time. Okay, so this is the time that we have received. So what we're going to do here is we have to change this in a very human readable format. At present it has this year, month, day, and then hours, minutes, and second format. This is kind of wrong. So we actually have to change into a very human readable format. And first of all, what we're going to do here is this particular section has two elements. The first element is for the date. The second element is for the time. Okay, so first we are going to isolate the date as well as the time, and then we are going to transform it into something better. So let me just introduce one more action window. Just follow my lead. It's too easy. Okay, so we are going with format date with time zone, because there is a time zone. Okay, so as you can see, this is the time zone. Okay, I'm sorry, not this one. Okay, this is the time zone. So there is a thing of time zone. That is why we have to go with date with time zone. Simply just click on connect. Okay, now in the first step, what we are going to do here is we are going to work with date. Now in the second action window, we are going to work with time. Don't worry, it's very easy. Okay, so let me just add the start date. Okay, so let me just map the start date time. Okay, so we have mapped it. Now I'm working from India, so we are using the time zone as Asia Kolkata. Asia Kolkata it is. Excellent. Now the format I want is a very simple one. Okay, that is day, month, and year. Okay, this one, day, month, and year. Okay, and again, once again, the format that we want is Asia Kolkata. So easy. Just click on save and send test request. And as you can see, we have the result. Okay, so as you can see, we have the result in day, month, and year format. We have basically converted this into this. Okay, now what we are going to do here is, as you can see, we also have the time in a very clumsy format: hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds, and along with that time zone. So this is kind of looking clumsy as well as dumb. So let me just format this also. So let me introduce one more action window, and here I'm going to add date time formatter. Date time formatter it is. Okay, so now in the action event, simply just make date, format date with time zone. Just simply click on connect. Okay, now once again we are going to map the date. So if you don't know the date, this is the date. Okay, so now the time zone that we are working is Asia Kolkata. Okay, and we have to keep it as Asia Kolkata only. Now the format that we prefer is hours and minutes. Okay, so let's explore hours and minutes, this one. So we do have some choices that do we want the AM PM format or simply hours and minutes. So we are going with this one. Okay, and Asia Kolkata it is once again. So what we're going to do here is we are going to convert this particular time in a very human readable type of format. So let me just click on save and send test request. That is 9:30. Awesome. 9:30 a.m. Now remember this is the same time of the start date as well as the start time, okay, that we have entered in Google Sheets while we were creating or scheduling the event. Now we are going to deal with finally with 𝗏𝗏. Now remember this, 𝗏𝗏 is the software that we are using to send the WhatsApp message. So let me just introduce 𝗏𝗏. So let me just click here. Now in the choose up, let me just add 𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏 it is. Okay, so now in the action event, how about we make it as send template message, this one, and simply just click on connect. We are going with a new connection. So here we have to enter the API endpoint, the access token. Okay, there are two fields that we have to enter, API endpoint and access token. So what are these? So let me just straight away take you to 𝗏𝗏, and there must be instruction how to get API token as well as the endpoint. So we have to go to the API docs and okay, and find your API endpoint. So easy. So we just click here. Okay, we go to the API docs. Okay, here we'll find the API access token and the API endpoint. So I'm just going to copy the API endpoint and I'm just going to paste it here. Okay, that's done. After that, we are going to work on the access token. So this is the access token. I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Easy. Just click on save. Okay, so the correction has been made. So now what we're going to do here is, first of all, we are going to mention the WhatsApp number. So if you remember, this is the number that we had isolated. Okay, so let me just show you the number that we had isolated, and this number came from here. Okay, so where is the number? Okay, so this is the number that we had isolated. So I'm just going to simply click here. Okay, and I'm just going to click here the second accordion and I'm just going to map the phone number or the WhatsApp number. Now comes the most important part. Okay, the template. Now I want to work with the template that is appointment details. So what are these template? Now these are the predefined template. Let me just show you in 𝗏𝗏 account. So what are these templates? So these are the template messages that we have. So using these templates, we can actually create a message. Now I'm interested in working with the appointment details. So this is the template that I'm interested in working with, appointment details. So this is how the template will look like. Okay, so this is the template. That's how it will look like. Dear, and here the name of the person will come. On date, okay, here date will come. On time, here the time will come. The meeting name, the event name will come. Again, once again, we are going to add the date as well as the location. Okay, so using this particular template, we are going to create a message, and this message will be sent to the person that we have added or scheduled when we had scheduled the event on Google Calendar. I hope it is getting clear. So this is the template. So what we're going to do here is, let me just go to Pabbly Connect. Okay, and we have of course enter the template as appointment details. Now in case of the broadcast name, I'm just going to enter the broadcast name. So what's the broadcast name? So when we will be sending the SMS, we have to make sure that all these SMS come from a very different sources. For instance, I will be sending the data from Shopify, okay, WhatsApp message. So I will be adding the broadcast message, something like Shopify message. Now, if I adding the data, I'm sending the data from Google Calendar, so I will be sending it as event message or Google Calendar message. So my point is this broadcast name is just simply a way to identify when you're just going to check the messages that you have sent. So I'm just going to name this as event message. You can give any name according to your choice. It's totally on you. Okay, so what is custom parameters? Now to explain custom parameters, let me just show you live. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, as you can see, there are some codes here. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I'm going to paste it here. So easy. Okay, so as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. Okay, 1 name, 2 date, 3rd is time, 4th is meeting name, 5th is date, and once again we have location. So technically, since date and date are same, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We only have 5 fields. Okay, name, date, time, meeting name and location. 5 fields. So that is why I'm just going to enter a comma first. Okay, and once again I'm just going to add the same quotes that I have copied from below, and I'm going to paste it here. Total 5 of them. Okay, because there are 5 fields. Okay, that is why I have added 5 of them. Now we are going to deal with the first field, that is the name. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this, Control C. I have copied it and I'm going to paste it here. I'm just going to remove color and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so here dear and the name of the person who I will be bringing along as a guest will come. So in the value, I'm just going to remove this. If you remember, the name of the person was 𝗪𝗪𝘆 and we have mapped it. So here the name, that is dear 𝗪𝗪𝘆, will come. I hope it is getting clear now. Now we have the second one, that is color. Okay, I'm sorry, not color. The second field is for the date. Okay, so I'm just going to remove this. First, let me just copy the field name, that is date. I'm just going to copy this, and after that I'm going to paste it here after removing color. So easy. And after that, let me just add the value of the date. Now the value of the date was 22 October or something, 20th October 2021, and we have mapped it. Then we have the name. Okay, so once again I'm just going to deal with, this time we are going to deal with time. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, remove color, paste it here, and I'm just going to add the time. Okay, so this is the time. Okay, I'm sorry, this is the time, and we have mapped it. Okay, now we have to deal with one more thing, that is actually, I'm sorry, two more things, that is meeting name as well as location. We have already dealt with date. Okay, so meeting name. So once again I'm just going to copy this meeting name, and after that I'm just going to remove this. I'm going to paste it here. I'm just going to remove this, and I'm going to add the meeting name. Now if you remember, the meeting name was something related to English grammar. Okay, so this is the one, and we have mapped it. Okay, once again let me just remove this. So this will be for the last one, that is I think location. So let me just copy the location code. Okay, let me just copy this properly. I have copied it. Okay, I'm going to paste it here. Let me add the location now. So the location I think was Paris. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Delhi. Okay, so we have filled all the custom parameters. So the value 𝗪𝗪𝘆 will come here. Okay, dear 𝗪𝗪𝘆, and then the second value, that is 20/10, that is 2021, will come here, and also here in the date. Okay, then we have the time. The time is this, that is 9:30, will come here, and the meeting name will come here, that is English Grammar 101. Okay, English Grammar 101, and the location, that is Delhi, will come here. Okay, so we are going to finally send the message. So let me do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. The response is a positive one. Now let me just straight away show you the message that 𝗪𝗪𝘆 has received. So this is the screenshot of the WhatsApp message that 𝗪𝗪𝘆 has received. The presence of this WhatsApp message indicates that we have a successful integration between Google Calendar and WhatsApp messages sending platform known as 𝗪𝗪𝘆. Now before you leave, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So let me just minimize this action window. Let me just minimize this action window. Let me just minimize this action window. Okay, this action window also, and finally let me just minimize the trigger window. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated Google Calendar to Pabbly Connect, and then you have introduced a text formatter. The reason we have introduced the text formatter is because we have to split the name as well as the phone number. Then we have introduced the datetime formatter to format the clumsy date into a human readable date. After that, you have once again introduced the datetime formatter to format the clumsy date into a human readable time. After that, you have introduced the 𝗪𝗪𝘆 to send the WhatsApp message. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Google Calendar and WhatsApp messaging platform known as 𝗪𝗪𝘆. Awesome. So not just these two apps, you can integrate a ton of applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, please contact us at admin@pabbly.com. Also, the link of Pabbly Connect as well as the workflow is available in the description box. If you really like this video, please comment, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.